Welcome in everybody to Mystic Rick's Crypto Picks. I am your host Rick. How's everybody doing today? Welcome in. So today we're going to get started with a little bit of a crypto market watch. And we can do a refresh on this one more time so we're accurate. Bitcoin currently coming in at $33,173, down 3.61% for the day. Ethereum in a long distance second at $2,032.50, down 6.12% on the day. That would have been a nice short. Binance coin sitting at $316, down 3.81%. Cardano sitting at a tough $1.31 and down 3.97%. I tell you, that coin right there is stubborn, but that is good. So, rounding out the top 10, surprisingly, Binance is the only one that is still up over the 7-day period. And that would actually be for up until EOS at 26th, which is up 7.6% for the week. Luna's up 27% on the week. So if you had a long on Luna, oh man, that would have been a juicy profit. So Binance looking pretty good to be up on the 7-day, especially after what happened over in the UK with Binance being locked down for certain matters in terms of um, transactions. And if we go over to CoinGecko, because obviously there can be some differences in price, CoinGecko has Bitcoin coming in at $33,253. And the reason why you guys see this difference, and I've said it before, that different databases pull data from different exchanges, okay? And what they're doing is they're culminating, um, or they're compiling an average, and so that's how they come up with the prices that you see on the different databases. Okay, so they take whether it's 5 exchanges, or 3 exchanges, or 15 exchanges, and then um, they're averaging out that data and then providing that price data to you. So market cap is still 1.4 trillion no matter the database. CoinGecko is still sitting at a report of 8,479 cryptos. CoinMarketCap is sitting in at 10,863 cryptos, but showing a change in market cap of 1.36 trillion. So it would be a drop in about $100 billion. Interesting. Um, Bitcoin is still sitting at 45% dominance. ETH has dropped. It was 17.7 yesterday to 17.3 today. And ETH gas is 28 Gwei, which is pretty good compared to what it was a few months ago. I know during the huge, what was it, like $15,000 crash in Bitcoin, Gwei got as high as I believe like 1,100 for a couple hours. It was bad. There were some people paying $500 and above in gas fees trying to um, outpace the crash. Crypto Houston, what's going on? Derek, what's going on, brother? So, let's take a look at some news. I got some interesting things I want you guys to see. So, market wrap Bitcoin drops as traders await June CPI inflation report. Analysts describe the muted activity in spot, derivative, and on chain metrics as calm before the storm. Bitcoin was lower Monday, falling along with most digital assets as traders awaited a key U.S. inflation report due out early Tuesday, which is when the market opens tomorrow. The largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization was holding above price support at 32,000, with 36,400 seen as the upside target. For the past 7 weeks, Bitcoin has mostly stayed in a range between $30,000 and $40,000. One reporter says it's starting to feel like the calm before the storm as muted and quiet activity appears across spot, derivative, and on-chain metrics. The blockchain analysis firm Glassnode wrote Monday in a report. U.S. CPI report for June could rekindle inflation fears. Many cryptocurrency investors see Bitcoin as a potential hedge against inflation. So the release Tuesday of the June Consumer Price Index reading by the U.S. Labor Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics should provide a key data point. The prior month's report showed a 5% jump in the all items index, the fastest since 2008, driven by higher prices for used cars and trucks. On average, analysts expect a 4.9% reading for June, but any acceleration might rekindle speculation. The Federal Reserve might need to slow its efforts to stimulate the economy. The U.S. Central Bank has nearly doubled the size of its balance sheet since early 2020 to more than $8 trillion, and the money printing is seen as a catalyst for Bitcoin's price gains since then. Now, that part is what's called speculation and illusion. Reason being is because Bitcoin has been having rallies and bull runs before money printing was even a thing between last year and this year. So that is what I call an illusion, right? Everyone's screaming, oh, it's going to go to the moon because of money printing. No, Bitcoin's going to go to the moon because of Bitcoin's fundamentals. Okay, so when you provide more hype to the market, then and it starts to outweigh the fundamentals, this is why we have these crashes. Okay, we're going to have crashes anyway because of the inflation. And what do they mean by a hedge against the inflation is because if I bought $500 million worth of Bitcoin and it's now worth $2 billion, what do you think I'm going to do if I see that inflation's coming, if a market crash is coming, and not only are my corporation or my institution going to take a hit, but my lifestyle is going to take a hit, right? Because I might have to have some sort of pay quota or reduction in bonuses and things like that that I have become accustomed to as whatever position I have within the company, whether I'm the CFO, CEO, um, it doesn't matter, right? So um, this is why you're gonna see them take these profits if they see that the S&P is gonna crash, if the Dow is gonna crash, if inflation is gonna go up. Okay, Wells Fargo already showed you guys, they've already provided the first warning shot fired. So I would be very, very cautious between what you hodl, what you take profits on, and what you're trading. Okay. Does it mean that we can't still go up? No, it doesn't. Okay. But at this point, if we go up, it's based off of pure speculation and it will come right back down because fundamentals say we need a massive cool off. So I hope that makes sense for everybody, that little breakdown I just gave. This is the current flows um, between exchanges and wallets. As you can see right now, the smaller wallets are holding way more than what the whales have been holding. What does that tell you? And the top holders of stablecoin are holding a lot of stablecoin. Not that they have put into the exchanges, but that they have pulled out of the exchanges. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that these are the whales, right? Who are waiting for the storm to hit. And that's when they'll strike. You'll start to see all of this stablecoin get moved back into these exchanges and they will purchase Bitcoin at a lower price. And here is the live movement of the on-chain metrics of Ethereum flows in and out of dexes, exchanges, dApps, and um, between the miners and addresses. Exactly, Crypto Houston. They're gonna sweat it out, right? I mean, think about it, right? If you're a billionaire, Crypto Houston, do you want to buy Bitcoin at 100,000, or do you want to buy Bitcoin at 15,000, 18,000, 20,000? Because if you plan on putting $1 billion into Bitcoin, why would you put it in at 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000? You'd rather put it in at 15 to 20, right? And then as Bitcoin starts to scale up, you eventually get to a point where facing a loss is not something that's inevitable for you because you're so far into the profit, right? You could sell at any point in the future in a bear market or a bull run and still be in the profit. Yeah, right, exactly. If they wanted, they could have grabbed it at 28K. And the reason why they're not buying yet is because they know things the retail investors don't. Okay. They're not going to wait for it to shoot back up to the moon to purchase again. They know that a crash is coming. Okay. Hence the title. Okay. Is this the calm? All this sideways action, is this the calm before the storm? Now, I get some people that may watch and say, "Oh, well, Mystic Rick, you're a negative Nancy, and I don't like your channel because you won't say that we're going to $150,000 this month." Well, I'm sorry, little Karen, that because you listen to the Shillers, you can't afford your McLaren because you got liquidated when Bitcoin crashed. But that's between you and your maker. That has nothing to do with me. On this channel, my followers will learn the truth. Okay, whether it's the cold hard truth or not, they're going to learn it. Why? Because you guys mean the world to me, and I am not going to shield you into massive, ridiculous losses that you can't come back from. It's not fair. Roy, what's going on? What's going on? So moving on to our last story so we can get some music going. And the looming stagflationary debt crisis will deliver a one-two punch to markets and economies. Rubini warns after the Minsky moment crashes overheated speculative markets, the Volcker moment will arrive to crash the debt-burdened global economy. Project Syndicate. In April, I warned that today's extremely loose monetary and fiscal policies, when combined with a number of negative supply shocks, could result in a 1970 style stagflation, which is high inflation alongside a recession. In fact, the risk today is even bigger than it was then. After all, debt ratios in advanced economies and most emerging markets were much lower in the 1970s, which is why stagflation has not been associated with debt crises historically. If anything, unexpected inflation in the 1970s wiped out the real value of nominal debts at fixed rates, thus reducing many advanced economies' public debt burdens. The warning signs are already apparent in today's high price to earnings ratios, low equity risk premiums, inflated housing and tech assets, and an irrational exuberance surrounding special purpose acquisition companies, known as SPACs, the crypto sector, high yield corporate debt, collateralized loan obligations, private equity, meme stocks, and runaway retail day trading. So there you have it, guys. Ladies and gents, there you have it. Okay. These are things that people should pay attention to, right? If you are turning the blind eye to the negative things that could happen to the market, you are setting yourself for failure, right? Piss poor planning promotes piss poor results. So you have to plan for DCAing into coins as well as DCAing out of them. Okay, if the market turns around and my coin's only at a 5x and I thought it would 10x, then I DCA back out at 4x, 3.5, 3x, 2.5, and you're still taking profits. So I hope that makes sense, right? You don't just DCA in, you DCA out whether it goes up or down, okay? This is how whales work the market, okay? They sell as it's going up and they sell as it's going down. For those who are telling you that whales haven't been taking profits, that they're just holding all of their crypto, I can definitely show you that that's not the truth. Okay, so matter of fact, I want you to look at something here. Where is it? Bitcoin and float exchanges. We'll go back to the block crypto, and we will actually look at Bitcoin on-chain metrics. RS Nityan Nit uh Nitandan. It's hard to say. Ready. Okay, there we go. The viewers watch, you know what's happening. Oh, thank you, thank you. Crypto Houston says 2 months of BTC just waffling in the same zone drives people crazy who have no patience. Whales count on that. Exactly. Hey Kyle, what's going on? Um this is the thing with reports. You can't please 100% of people, right? You're gonna have some people that like it, and you're gonna have some people that are absolutely pissed about it. And I can tell you this: if that report shows that in inflation has been hidden and not released properly, I can tell you right now, you're gonna see a massive sell-off in some of these markets. Crypto Houston says the stock market is the looming bomb waiting to explode. Can only pump so long. Exactly. And I got some interesting stuff to show you, by the way. Preparing for the worst scenarios is the most positive thing you can do. Okay, yeah, let's call you ready. Yeah, so that's hope for the best, but still be prepared for the worst. Because if you're already ready, you don't have to get ready. Derek says, idea of crypto bears and bulls is stupid. Realists want to take profit when it's hot and accumulate when it's not. Also trade in the trend. There you go. The trend is your friend. So, um, so we can look at some of these pure Bitcoin metrics, right? And this, let me see here. We're going to look at Bitcoin itself. Okay, so look at this. Transactions is the lowest it's been since 2017. It's incomplete, but it's still quite. Look at the downtrend in data, right? Look at over here. Okay, transactions are the lowest they've been since 2018. Now, for the 7-day moving average, the number of addresses on the Bitcoin network has declined throughout this year. It's declining. So people shilling you that we have the most all-time high addresses of ever. No, we don't. It's declined a lot. Okay. Um, the number of active addresses is declining. The number of new addresses is declining. On-chain volume is currently going down. Okay, and it's the lowest it's been um, since 2019. Miner revenue fell off a cliff. I mean, literally just jumped right off a cliff. And also the hash rate, right? The hash rate fell off a cliff, and we went over that in one of my previous videos. Okay, so and then the average transaction fees fell off a cliff, right? Pedro says, but maybe it pumps forever. This in-count video made the assumption that with inflation or 30K now is what the 19K was in March, so there may not be a dump because the stocks are more valuable or more valuable than money. Well, I mean, anyone can make an assumption, but an assumption without research and actual factual data to put behind it is nothing more than an opinion. Yeah, Eva Roy, that definitely could happen, and we'll turn on some music here. On keep you guys from listening to some tunes in the background here. We'll turn on some music here. All right, so let's go over and start looking at the market. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something that's interesting, right? You guys ready for me to blow your minds? So currently looking at the index from the S&P, Extremely overbought on the 30-minute. Overbought on the 45-minute. Overbought on the 1 hour. Overbought on the 2 hour. Overbought on the 3 hour. Overbought on the 4 hour. Overbought on the 1 day. Overbought on the 1 week. Overbought on the 1 month. Do you guys, is this starting to resonate with what I'm showing you? I just, if it makes sense, type out it makes sense. You know, or holy shit, right? You know, that's fine. I really hope this is resonating with what I'm showing you guys, because I want Mystic Rick's Pick Squad to be prepared for the upside and also the downside, whether it's taking profits, throwing in longs, throwing in shorts, okay, DCAing in, DCAing out. I want you guys to be prepared for all scenarios. I want you guys to be well-rounded. I mean, when have you ever went through a coin, right? Or any market, not just crypto, but any market? Do you know how rare it is to see an asset or a stock or whatever it is be overbought on every single time frame? Like, do you know how extremely rare that is? Because, for instance, right, if you come over to Bitcoin right now, right, we just actually came out of oversold territory. But if you go to the 4 hour, okay, we didn't even touch it. You come out to the daily, we haven't touched it since May, right? You go down to the 1 minute, it's just made a bullish divergence. You come into the 30-minute, it creeped down past oversold, but it's already made a bearish divergence, so who knows? But that's 30-minute, right? Rarely do I trade on the 30-minute. Okay. So as you can see, the trend line I drew out was broken, and that's where you have the blue candles kick in. Okay, but look, it really didn't go anywhere. But this is also still in my you know, my zone where just you're not going to trade in. Okay, this up here was the time to grab the trade. For those of you who caught my video yesterday, what happened when I drew this line right here and I said this candle got rejected and it was an important candle? And then what happened? Boom. I mean, literally a domino effect all the way down all day long since I showed you guys that. Now, one of my little hidden gems, and I'll actually show it, EOS Bear. Now, it is designed to be leveraged, so it pumps off of the been in an actual bear market. But when I tell you this coin goes to the moon during a bear market, look at those zeros disappear. Oh yeah, look at that. When I tell you it's all based off of leverage. Imagine buying a coin at 0.0000 and then you seen it run up to $3.50. Little Mystic Rick's pick squad secret there for you. So let's come and take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum broke down under that trend line I drew. Remember I told you guys that I can trade multiple ways, right? I can trade using a trend break. I can trade using pure RSI if I want. I could trade using a combo of both to make sure they match. Hey, the trend broke, but look at here, right? It broke and crashed, but RSI was oversold, right? So if I don't like the RSI, I wouldn't have taken this trade even though price still did come down. Reason being is because my trend and my RSI are doing two totally different things, right? And you really can't trust that RSI is going to drop this far down. If that makes sense. So if I want to draw another trend, which for ETH right now, I really wouldn't. And here's why. It's in oversold territory. So this is the time to possibly have a long on ETH. Maybe it pumps to 2100, maybe. But it could also, oops, I want a highlighter. It could also literally just go commit suicide. So, um, I mean, if you decide to scalp trade it, maybe that would make sense. Um, but I mean, look at this little zone that ETH has been um, trading in since July 8th, and I just really don't. Um, I mean, I don't like that. Okay, and it actually got caught in the zone here. Um, I again, it's just the calm before the storm, right? It's just the calm uh, before the storm. Yeah, I would just stay away from it right now, man. I mean, look, my indicator can't even throw a signal on it right now. Look at how confused my indicator has been. It's just like up, long, short, long, short, long, short. Just fuck it. I'm not even gonna give a signal anymore. Apple's down right now. And it's funny they try to shield you with the value of the dollar is going down, but the value of the dollar went back up. So we can actually, let's look at like this. Take this, there we go. So the value of the dollar, and this was back in 2014, right? But as you can see, it just, I mean, has macro bullish divergence. So the value of the dollar is going to go back up. And this was from the pandemic. So this is your pandemic action. And yeah. Oh my goodness. I see why Apple is in the red right now. Look at that. What becomes a W turns into a what? M. I guarantee you it comes down to try to retest this line. That would be a 13% drop. Whew. It's okay. The stream is dropping. You know what? Let me kill the music then, because maybe it's the music doing it. uh, Unless I restarted in my streaming. Okay, there it goes. Okay, you guys there? Can everyone hear me all right now? Everybody hear me all right now? That should solve the issue. I think it was just having some interference with my VPN, but it should be back now. If it's not, if you're still having issues, please let me know. I want to make sure that everybody can get the content. Keeps refreshing. It's still refreshing. It's saying no dropped frames right now. It's saying I'm coming through at 60 frames per second. And the stream is still saying good. It's saying excellent connection on here. All right. Well, hey, if anybody else gets booted from it, please let me know. Man, we've been having trouble in this area ever since that storm kicked off. uh, so, are there any projects that anyone wants to see? Obviously, I'm not in a live trade right now. I exited my trades. But yeah, Apple is who they're about to have a nifty little correction. I'll keep that line there. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Apple. Um, it could have a bounce. Um, it could have a bounce here, right? Before it tries to visit this line. And we'll make this one like orange or something. Okay. but it's definitely going to come down at least 8%. Ooh, that is going to get nasty. Let's look at Solana right now. Solana still fighting a nifty little trend. And this is an outlier. So for those who are like, hey, it broke your trend. No, this is an outlier. Okay. What that means is it went above the trend and came immediately back below it. Now, if it goes above the trend for, several days, then that's different. Okay. Then your trend has changed. Um, so for instance, if you go down to like the hourly, you probably see more candles, okay? But when it came down to retest, it didn't get support. So that's when you know that the trend is an outlier. Okay, you do have your confirmation candles, right? Your second and third are your confirmation candles. However, upon retest, it broke back below and continued being rejected by the trend line right off of it, okay, to a T. So that lets you know that this action was just an outlier. That makes sense to everybody? Got booted again? What is going on here? Yeah, Crypto Houston, I'm I'm always down to research coins for you guys um or do video on a project if it's a solid project and has good fundamentals. I'll definitely make a video for you guys. I'll dig deep and do some deep diving and make a video on it. I know people like the Sunday swapping because I had the ice cream truck music. I try to keep it a little entertaining for you guys. CQT. Okay, definitely. After the stream ends, put that in one and like comment to the video with that, and I'm gonna do some deep diving. And if it's a great project, I'll make a video on it. How about that? See if it lets me turn the music back on now. Cardano is being stubborn because everybody and their mother, dad, and brother are telling retail investors to load up on it. Eventually that runs out, right? People only have so much money to buy dips. Cardano is stubborn to the dip because when people see that the market's coming down, people start overloading into Cardano. Okay, I need my manhood back real quick. So we're gonna change that. Yeah, yeah. Matic did too. Mana too, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm sure Mana got overloaded too. So what I would be mindful of with Bitcoin right now. Okay, so this trend has been broken, so we can get rid of this line. The angle it has, I don't see it coming back and coming back under this specific trend line. So that's why I'm going to delete it. If you notice here on the hourly, how RSI is just floating in open space between the 30 and the 50, me personally, I wouldn't touch it. Right now, it's testing that line I drew. Okay, if you guys want to see what that is, these are, we'll take it out to the 4 hour. These are lines I drew. Oh man. No, we can go down to the 4 hour. Okay, so these are lines I drew to show the bounces down here and where there's been resistance met. So if you look at if you look here, you have your bounce here, support, one small candle of support, support, one candle of support before dropping through, support, candle of support, support. So that's why that line is there. We're testing it right now. Below that line, you have a candle meeting here. You have some support here. You have some support here, 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 and here. So that's what's known as confluence, right? Because you have so many points of contact that they become like magnets, okay? So look at the line I drew, okay? It's been like a magnet. Where the price goes below it, comes right back to it. It goes above it, comes right back to it. Okay? And then because of this line, it gets in here and just, and it's just been surrounded by these two lines here since it's gotten in there on the 8th of July. So it's acting like magnets to it right now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree, crypto use. Evil Roy resistant temptation. Pedro says, what's my opinion on Lena? Or you mean Luna? Well, someone had me check out ByteDex earlier, and I was like, "Oh man, it sounds like a cool, awesome concept." You know, they have their ICO going on right now. And they're like, "Oh, in order to get your coins, you'll get your coins after the ICO is finished to your Tron wallet. However, when you pay to get the coins, they wanted you to send the payment to a crypto address." And I was like, I don't care how good this project is. Something sounds funky with that. I'm not sending crypto to a random address hoping I get crypto put in my Tron wallet. Nah, not happening. I mean, if you guys want to do that, you can. I'm not doing that. Again, here we are stuck inside of the macro trend. And let's not play that song. So we are stuck in the macro downtrend. This is still, okay, this is still micro distribution. Okay? When we go past this level next time, that will be the secondary markdown. That will retest the previous macro phase Z, but also the previous all-time high of Bitcoin from the last cycle. Lena is another coin. Let me do some research on it, Pedro. I'm writing it down right now. Lena. Ah, crap. That pen doesn't work. Okay, so Lena for Pedro. And then Covalent for Crypto Houston? Yes. Yeah. I would definitely dig into those coins for you. At this point, Pedro, no. No. Because what's gonna happen to most ICOs, they're gonna release and just plummet. So again, here you see on Bitcoin, right? This was an outlier. The first time it came down to retest the line, okay, it just went right on through. We didn't get a bounce back to the upside. Okay. And this is an outlier to the bottom. Okay. Outlier to the bottom. Retest goes back through, but then goes back up inside this trend. Okay. So right now, Bitcoin is just breaking all formations other than the fact that it's still in a macro downtrend. Okay? That's the only true formation it has going on right now. Now, if it goes above this macro trend, yes, you could open a long, like here, right? Once it broke, you could have opened a long and rode it from, on the confirmation, you could have rode it from 38.8 up into the 40K range. If you opened here, yeah, you would have made a lot more. But this would, where RSI is down here, this would have been a true area to catch it. Ride it all the way up from 31 to 40. Get out up here. Because my indicator, see, it showed the sell up here. It gave two buy signals, buying in here and buying in here. Oh, nice, crypto. That's real nice. So where it is right now, just as some influencers said, like Ryan Matta, hey, like this is that, it's just that no trade zone. Just stay away. Stay away. It needs to give you some kind of clear indication. Right? Now, if you got in when it broke below, yeah, you could have got in at about 33.7, rode it down and got out at 32.6, maybe. But if you're still in right now, you're hoping for another quick downside test, or right. Now on the daily, we go out to the daily. Bitcoin is still trapped. Bitcoin is still trapped inside of that downtrending RSI, as I've shown you on the daily. It has not been able to break above it, but it's been consolidating, right? Normally when you see a consolidating RSI like this, but it can't break to the upside, I mean, look at how many times it meets resistance in here. Okay, RSI has been rejected once, twice. It comes down and back up again, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Yeah, Crypto Houston, Crow's a great project, especially going into the next bull run that we have. So, if you guys who have been around for a little while and watched my other videos, right? When I talked about that phenomenon and what it meant, when, you know, I mean, this was what, 2 weeks ago when I was talking about RSI had peaked way over here on the front side of the bull run, but price was still running up, but RSI had already started to decline. It was a recipe for disaster. Okay? It's a rare phenomenon when price is going up like this, but RSI peaked way back in January. Okay? That was the peak of this RSI trend 7 months ago. Okay? With it consolidating like this, it's like you know, what's going to happen with it? Is it going to drop off a cliff? Nobody knows. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. But it's not looking good, okay? Now, do I think this macro size head and shoulders is going to play out? It could. It would bring Bitcoin down to $14,000. I mean, it's a bit. Don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful head and shoulder structure. Uh, that would be nasty. Yeah, Crypto Houston, you're right. Well, I mean, it's a high sell compared to where it's at right now. Right, selling at 58K is a lot better than selling at 33. So, I'll show you. So, if you, so there's your trend, and you could even move it down, right, off of your bounces. That was the point to get in, to catch the upside. That was the point to get into the long it, to long it. But it would have been best to just stay in the short up there, let it ride, and then ride all that down. Yeah, yeah. Got to keep that heart rate stable. Um, so that's what I had for you guys tonight, and of course, don't miss out on Sunday Swap. Right? It hasn't released yet, but it's a project you definitely want to keep your eyes on when it releases for very cheap. And also, you know, I'll let's see, show you guys my look at my personal crypto tracker. So of course I'm DCAing into Solanium. Now, if I refresh prices, it'll automatically update Slim's current price. So it's at 25 cents. So it's down 67%. So it's getting close to my 70% level where I can throw in another 20% of the budget. But there you have it. And an AMP, of course. DCing into my AMP. AMP is at 5 cents. Dex kit is currently at $1.90. It's 80% off. Card starter is 81% off. AT Finance is 82% off. Nano 70% off. Binance is hanging in there. Binance is hanging in there. Cardano is only 46% off compared to some of these other coins. I mean, look at that. 81% off compared to Cardano only being 46% off. It's been a stubborn little slut right now. It's been stubborn. I use different wallets. So I have some stuff in well, I migrated most of my stuff out of Coinbase wallet because I just hate having to pay a fee to get all my stuff. I have some still sitting in exchanges, but I have them locked down like Fort Knox. I mean, everything from phone authentication to an algorithm authentication, email, a password, and a code just to get access to my coins. But then I also use Trust Wallet, Exodus Wallet, because Trust Wallet can work on the BEP, BSC. It can work on Ethereum, right? It can work on the Sol network, and it can work on the Tron network. My card starter, right now my card starter is sitting in Gate, but card starter can go in Trust Wallet if I'm correct. Yeah, everybody make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you share the content. Big B510 says, where can you get it? Get what? Sorry, I missed your comment. What? Get what? Yeah, get I have card starter, but like I said, it's in Gate. But Gate Gate is a very good exchange, and it's very secure. So, for instance, like I have a password, then I have a different trading password, then I have an email verification, a phone verification, and then an authenticator on top of it. It would take someone, you would literally have to have me and my device to get all of my information. And good luck to the the sorry soul that tries to come and take me. Uh, Sunday swap. Um, you can't get it yet. It hasn't been released yet, but I'll we can come over here and look, and I'll show you. So, get out of here. So right now, it looks so it's gonna launch on the Cardano blockchain in Q3. Okay, so it is a Cardano project, and they are partnered with CardStarter to have a very successful launch. I mean, if you can get past the whole pink and the ice cream things, but believe it or not, they have a very huge community. I mean, they have a large community. I'll show you their Twitter. They have 75,000 in the Sunday Swap community already. So sundayswap.finance is where you can check out more information about them. Does that help? Would your mountaintop formula work for Dogecoin as well? We can pull up Doge. Okay, so this is your phase E. All right, and I'll walk you through the steps. That's your first markup. This is your micro accumulation. This is your secondary markup. This is your distribution. This is your primary markdown. And this is all your macro or micro distribution. Okay, so your macro distribution, primary markdown, micro distribution, and it's attempting its next move down is more than likely going to test that level, which would be 11 cents. And again, if you go back and watch the videos on my mountain base theory, every single time the cross is initiated, RSI is overbought. When it retests the mountain, it'll be the next time that RSI is oversold. So you see how you had this dip here and it went oversold? It didn't make it there. Okay? This bounce, the next time it takes a huge hit, it's going to retest it. Okay? And you'll know it when it's in oversold territory. Hope that helps. No problem, no problem. So so I hope that helps everybody for, who may own some Dogecoin and wanted to know how the mountain-based theory works on the Dogecoin. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. And anybody else that I mean, if you wanted to use my tracker, um, if you want to use my tracker, you're more than welcome. I could send it to you. So let's look at what's happening to Bitcoin on the hourly. Ooh, it's made a nice rounded bottom action on RSI. That'll be interesting as this next uh no, I played that. I don't want to. Right now it's riding that one line I told you guys about. It's been bouncing off of it, so it's either gonna come up and try to retest 33.3, or it's gonna just shoot straight on down and try to test the 32,000. Is Trias a scam? Um, Big B510, I don't know, but I'm writing it down and I will research it for you and talk about it in my next live. How is that? That work for you? Joseph, what's going on? Now, you've had some projects that were actually legit, but and had good fundamentals. They just suffered because they did just things happen. If they're in coin market cap. So my tracker is linked to coin market cap. Um, but you have to watch my video of how it works. So for instance, if I'm over on let's say I'm on card starter, but I wanted to change it to ADA. See, I changed it to the current price of ADA. So and then for people that were asking about AT Finance, I think it's AT.finance. So I made a video on this. If you want, you can check out the white paper. You can check out their team and their roadmap, right? Check out their burning cycles, their rate and rebase. So it's a liquidity aggregator, farming and staking in an NFT marketplace, and also used as a launch pad. Um, for IDOs. You can get it on PancakeSwap. I'm just getting a little bit of it right now. Just I still want to see more from them as the roadmap continues, but it's still very young. Um, so it'll be real interesting. Um, but like I said, I want to see more of this stuff come to fruition first before I purchase more. Yeah. So and again, I this initial concept here came from Ryan Mata. Okay, that's not my credit. I give credit where it's due on this channel. What I did is I took the DCA concept and I basically amplified it times 10. So that's why I have all these connections of instant data, right? I can look down here and see how much my coin is off, right? And it automatically puts all this data into my overall portfolio on an instant. So for instance, I had, let's say I put $500 into Bitcoin when it was $1 and it got me 500 coins. Watch what it does to my profits chart when I hit enter. All right, I'd have 16 million right now in profits. Okay, with an ROI of 3,754,000%. And some of these, like you see the red, it's because these are my what do you call it? My bear coins. So they're designed to skyrocket during a bear market because the sentiment just isn't there yet that we're in a bear market. Is why they haven't taken off. They're leverage based, so that's why they're red. But they fluctuate. Like one day they're green, next day they're red. One day they're green, next day they're red. But yeah, I can plug in data and it'll formulate it into my purchases and sales and exposure and total profit. And um, so this is the one that I show in my videos. My actual one that I update every day. Um, no, I'm not gonna show that to people. The coins are the same, yes, but what I've been doing in my overall portfolio page is, that's private. But yes, I can send it to you if you want it. Just after the live is finished, um, find my email in the um, and I'll email it to you. And then for those who are interested in reading the white paper to my mountain-based theory, I do have a white paper for it. Okay. So I actually wrote a white paper. So this is no joke. All right, I wrote a full-blown white paper on it. So I don't want you to think that you know, I ever BS people, right? I put a lot of time into to learn that. But if you are interested in it, yeah, of course, I send it to you. And of course, anyone that watched the live yesterday, you know, I also told you guys that I do have NFTs. So anybody's interested, there's a couple NFTs I won. I'm gonna throw them on here too, and you guys can, you know, I'll put them up for sale or up for bid at least. But I do have my own NFTs from when I spent time as a supermodel. So if you guys are interested in purchasing, this one I only posted one. Okay, it's the world's first, and there's only one. And then I made there's 100 only of this one. Okay, it's called Chiseled by Odin. And then the other one is finally revealed. So and that's on Rarible. NFTs are on Rarible. So that's all I really have for tonight. I kind of want to end the stream on a good note before it starts acting all funky again. But hey, I really appreciate everybody for coming. And please, please make sure to go down the list and check out my videos, okay? Not just my lives. Check out my actual content videos that I post for you. After this link closes, please comment for anything that you want me to try to make a video on. I really appreciate you all. Mystic Rick's Pick Squad, please, please do some due diligence before you go out and get those gains. I love you all. Have a good night.